Okay, so I did give Joe and Az a bit of a heads up on what the game was going to be this time. It's going to be an evolving storyline or evolving objective line, depending on basically decisions made by Joe. So we've got Azrael and his 5-man squad. They're penned in, they're holed up, and they're waiting for it to be rescued. So Joe's got a decision. He can score 25 points if he turns and tries to kill these guys, but they have a +1 to their toughness and +1 to their wounds characteristic if he does try to kill them. But you'll earn 25 points at the end of the game if you've killed them. If you choose not to kill them and you successfully keep them trapped by a four-turn limit, you will get 50 points. So that's the decision you've got to make.
Easy peasy.
Okay, this is where the evolving story comes in. So you've got 3 podded units that have sort of areas of your army you've deployed. You can, if your guys are alive, then what you need to do is you need to head up the board and then perform an action, and that action will basically light up the distress beacon, and you'll all get teleported out, and therefore you'll get 50 points at the end of the battle. So if you keep them alive, Joe, you stop that from happening, you get the 50 points. And if you complete the action, you get the 50 points. If Joe has killed them, though, you will get a notification ping come through from Alexa, who will tell you that basically they've been killed and you need to avenge the fallen brothers. Okay. In which case you will score 50 points if you wipe out the Tyranid army.
So, because Azrael is the chapter master of the entire Dark Angels, it won't be Azrael telling us off because he'll be dead.
Yeah.
But there'll be some kind of automatic message saying, if you can hear this, I am dead. Avenge me now or you will all die.
There you go. So that's what will happen. Now, for a bit of extra pointage, both of you, any squad that or unit that you have destroyed, enemy one, their power rating you will claim in victory points each turn. Okay, so you wipe out, for example, a squad of intercessors, and then their power rating, Joe, you would add that to your tally. Okay, and then there'll be an additional 10 points if you kill the enemy warlord as well. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yep.
It does, but I wasn't listening to Joe when he was saying what he's got. Which one's your warlord?
I didn't say actually. So my warlord is my Tyranid Prime. This guy here.
Target.
I thought that was just a warrior on his own. Okay.
Tyranid Prime.
Okay, and then so another little twist card. So ranged weapons have a maximum range of 18 inches. That's because there's a warp storm going on. Communications are a bit off. Sights are a bit off. It's all a bit carnage. So there is no nothing has a range higher than 18 inches. As a deployment rule, what I've said as well is even if these to get through the warp storm, your Dark Angels have had to go into the drop pods, so there can't be anything in orbit to drop down because it's just been disintegrated. So the only way they can get in is through the drop pods, which is why they're in the drop pods, and you're not allowed to deploy in reserve, basically. All right, then. So is everybody happy with the rules of the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, excellent. Well, let's get on, and we'll roll off to see who gets turn 1. Do that now, where we're rolling in the middle.
Yeah.
So Joe and Azza. 5 to Joe, 3 to Azza. Turn 1 or turn 2?
I'm going to go turn 1.
Okay, so Joe is going to be going turn 1, so that's Tyranids. So we will be back once Joe has...
Move the troops! Okay, so we've moved the troops. Basically, these guys have advanced. They've got assault weapons, so they can still fire. This guy's come up behind the Tyranid Prime guy. He's moved and he's moved. They're the only ones I've left. The other one's still in reserve. And now we're going to go on to shooting. Right, so Tyranid Prime is going to go fire straight in to these guys. Now, just a note, I don't have anybody with psychic capabilities, so the Tyranids are not doing any psychic. Okay, so he's going to fire his Venom Cannon, which is D3. It's assault. That's 3 shots coming in hot. Ballistic skill is 2+. So strength of that is 8, toughness is 4, so wounding them on 2s and above.
Oof.
And that is 2 shots minus 3 AP doing 2 damage each. Or basically 2 dead marines.
6 or palm save, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Still, 2 dead marines.
So that-
Looking, trying to...
Counting chickens before they've hatched.
Yeah, right, let's roll it.
Okay, we'll roll it.
Okay, saving on 6s. Well, that's 7. No?
2 dead marines.
Okay.
Womp, womp,
He's not edge
womp.
highlighted, so he can go away.
See, it's a thing.
Yeah.
You definitely take your
Yeah.
worst painted ones off first.
Who's the next worst? He's not got a fancy pose. Oh no, he's got the grenade launcher. He has to stay. Oh, they've all got fancy poses, right? Because he's reloading. He got caught short.
And the Termagants are going to fire into the Hellblasters again, so not so good this time. So we are firing on... Did I say Hellblasters?
Yeah.
Sorry, Intercessor, sorry.
Just in case you would want it to kill
Yeah.
the Hellblasters.
So going to fire off, so that is a 4+. Strength of that is 5, toughness is 4, so wounding on 3s. That's 2, go through, minus 1 AP.
Pause. Ooh, bounces off.
Shrug them both. So my Tyrannifex, my little pussycat, he's going to fire his hive boar, no, flesh borer hive into the remaining intercessors. Now, as I just pointed out, that's a bit overkill, but they're still standing, so it's not right. So we are, what are we doing? So ballistic skill is +3. I need to pick them up now.
That many went through.
Strength is 5, toughness is 4, so wounding on 3s. So 3, 2, 6, 8. Oh, sorry, Chris. Yeah, 10. So that's 10 go through, minus 1 AP, doing 1 damage each.
Okay, rolling where my hand is for the benefit of the filming man.
Minus 1 AP, yeah.
So 4s and above. So
See.
how many go through?
7. If you save 3, that's 7 that went through.
6.
7, 8, 9. 10. Oh, sorry, didn't see that one.
Yeah. So 6.
Oh, so
So what damage each?
1.
Oh, so 3 dead marines.
Oh, not quite killed them.
Sergeant Poke, staying strong.
Not quite done yet. I've still got another attack. I've got Stinger Savaloys. Whatever they are.
These things.
Could
Salvos,
be.
is it?
Salvos?
Savaloys.
Savaloy?
What's it doing? Don't go to the chip shop.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got something with fish. One second, I need to just think. Right, I've done my thinking. It was some good thinking, and I'm going to change my mind. So, he is then going to fire all those Savaloys into the Hellblasters. Right, so we've got 8 shots coming in hot on a 3+. That was a 1, it was a 2, it was a... Whoops.
Oi.
You saw it here. He attacked. They get to return fire.
Strength 5, toughness 4, so wounding on 3s. There we go, that's 4 going through, minus 1 AP each.
Pause.
1 damage each.
You gonna do what?
I'm going to declare my charges.
Go on, then.
Now I've just realised something, and it's my fault. I forgot to subtract 1 to them moving. Oh, did I advance them? Yes, I did.
You did advance them. Did they shoot?
They did, yeah. They shot into these guys. I think only 1 went through, 2 went through.
Oh well.
Sorry, Azza.
Cheating. That's all there is to it.
I know, I'm sorry.
I think we refer to it as Joe's interpretation.
Joe's creative interpretation goes hand in hand with his offhand rolls.
I think there's too many rules to follow. That's why I'm looking forward to 10th.
Oh, we'll play Dark Angels. That Karen might see this video.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Karen.
I'm going to offhand roll just for you. All right, so declaring charges, we've got the little pussycat who's going to charge into the Hellblasters.
Meow.
And then I've got the Lictor, which is going to charge into your Sergeant. And then hopefully kill him and then be able to consolidate into him. That's how we played it with Winters.
So how many inches did you need to get into this charge?
With my tape measure in hand, it turns out that I need 12.5 inches.
Let's get some impressive rolling.
So he's not going to charge into them. I'm not charging the flame aggressors because they auto hit, so sod that for a game of jets. And he's 2 now. Okay, so Lictor is going to charge him, and he's going to lick the sergeant in the face. He's in.
You've got enough there to just jump straight into the middle if you want and have them both in.
That's what I was going to do.
Have you tagged me in?
Yes. He got bitch slapped.
Okay, you're going to do some slicey?
Yeah, so I'm going to split up my attacks first. I'm going to do... I'll just ignore that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do 3 first and then see where we go. So he's going to use his Lictor Claws and Talons into the Sergeant, and he's going to bitch slap them on a 2+. He's Strength 7, Toughness 4, so wounding on 3s. That's -3 AP, doing 2 damage. 2 have gone through.
Dice are invalid.
I got it!
No saves.
2 damage.
Dead twice.
Right, so consolidating 3 inches to the nearest closest enemy, although technically
You're already in.
he could have heroically intervened. Well, we said, didn't we, that he couldn't.
When you charged, you tagged in.
Okay.
You've got them both.
I've never really understood that rule. So
They wrote that out in 9th, I thought, but...
Well, we're in nights. Okay.
But yeah, he would have technically heroically intervened anyway and would have ended up in combat. Right, so with my 3 other shots left, we're going to go and bitch slap the librarian. 2 pluses.
Valid history is to repeat itself.
Strength 7, toughness 4 still.
still 4, yeah.
Winning on 3s. Ooh, 1 goes through, -3 AP, doing 2 damage.
4+ invul.
2 damage. You command re-rolling it?
Sound paint. Oh.
Retaliation for the domination.
So when hit him back with Traitor's Bane.
-1 to your... What is it? Subtract 1 to your attack roll, hit rolls.
Hit rolls.
Yeah, on my attack hit rolls.
Okay,
That's
so
this one.
he's hitting on 3s.
I'll take that. That's a 2,
Jesus.
1 and a 2. Ooh.
That's awful.
Would you like a time machine?
How many command points is that?
I'll give it you for free.
Sold. All right. He's obviously very surprised and didn't get his sword quite lined up.
Right, and that's the end of my turn. On to Dark Angels.
We'll be back once you have...
Move the troops!
Okay, so the Dark Angels moved up, everyone apart from Ezekiel, who's in close combat. These guys are pushing forwards, aggressors forwards. The Inceptors have advanced, they rolled a 6, so we've gone a full 16 inches up the board, ready to save the day. And now we are on to the psychic phase. So first things first, with Ezekiel, we're going to do Righteous Repugnance, which has a 12-inch range, and select one of your friendly units, and when they make close combat attacks, you can reroll the hit and the wound.
I'm assuming you're going on the aggressors.
Very good assumption. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Don't forget Shadow in the Warp, subtract 1, and then if you fail, extra mortal wounds.
Okay, well he is a master in Terramancer, so he adds 1.
Okay, so it just goes back down to
So it's
normal.
back down to, I mean, this is warp charge 7, so. Nice.
Ooh,
Very nice.
Okay.
lucky you both had those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next we have Trephination, and I guess he's got to do it on the closest unit, which is effectively Smite. Goes off on 5. Does the warp thing still go into play?
As far as I'm aware, it's just a continuous buff that just
Okay, so
happens.
a debuff and a buff, so it's still 5. And this is a D3 mortal wounds like Smite, but if I roll higher than its leadership, then it's a flat 3 mortal wounds.
My leadership is not 10. My leadership is 8.
8. Okay, so it's D3 unless it's 8 or above.
Oof. So that's 10.
Flat 3.
Well, you're just in luck there because he's got 5 wounds.
Okay.
Okay. If that's what you want to do.
We're on the shooting phase.
Yep.
Pistols are being drawn.
Shooting phase, first off, we're going to use the Deliverer, which is a pistol 1. And it is 2 to hit. Yeah, these are my Forge World dice, I keep forgetting.
You need the Ultramarines ones, they're the loaded ones.
That's it. Okay, right. Yeah, pause.
To all of that.
Yep. So the Flamestorm aggressors are going to shoot at the Tyrannifex.
Pussycat.
It's Assault D6 for each gauntlet, so we've got 6. This is for the number of hits we're going to do. We've got 14 shots going through. Right, wounded on 6s, because he's a tough cookie. Oh. That's 2.
3.
Yeah, 3. Ooh.
Shrugging those bad boys on a 2. Shrugged.
What a waste of time.
I mean, I am impartial.
So next up we have the Hellblasters shooting iron. They are actually hitting on 3+. There's 15 shots because they're assault. They didn't advance. 12 going through, and the strength on those is 7, toughness 8, so wounded on 5s. That, yeah. Just to correct, it was strength 6, but that would have wounded on 5s anyway. 4 going through, AP -4.
Oh. I can't save it. No, I can. It's 6s. Shrugging on 6s. Out of the way. Up war. 2 go through.
Yeah.
How much damage?
16 damage each.
1.
1 damage.
Oh, damn.
I can
Really?
spare that. Do you know how many wounds he's got? 17.
So I can't shoot this guy because he's got lookout bugs.
Look out, bugs.
Okay. Okay, in that case I'm going to shoot at the Timbergates. So we've got 18 shots going on 3s. Strength 4, toughness 3.
Oh, I've never seen you pick up them dice so quick.
7 to save.
AP. 5+ saves coming in hot. Oh, okay. 2 blocked. 5.
And now it's the grenade launchers on top, and they are Assault D6. So this is for the number of hits. And hitting on 3s. So yep, strength 4, toughness 3. So again, wounded on 3.
Ooh.
9 to save. No AP.
Saving on 5s. 2 saved. The rest are all dead.
That is one.
1 squad of dead bugs.
1 squad of dead bugs.
Make a note for points.
What's your power level?
My list doesn't have it. I'll have to get on my phone. I get it off my phone.
4, isn't it? Something like
4 or 3. Guys have advanced, so that'll be -1 to hit on their assault weapons. You can see his tail.
that. I can see his
See
tail.
his tail. Yeah.
Is that legal? 'Cause you can't see his
I
base.
think Winter's. I mean,
He said any of it, didn't he?
no, he said torsos, didn't he?
Oh, okay. Then no.
The tail's his torso. It's not a sword tip or anything like that.
Aren't these flyers?
Yeah.
So could they not be
They
hit
could be a lot
here,
higher up.
shooting down? In which case, I think it doesn't matter, does it? I think that's what they're saying. Flyers line of sight doesn't really matter too much because they could be up here.
Go for it, yeah.
That tail's going to get very damaged. Okay, assault D3.
We'll allow it.
That's just turning him around.
This is for the number of shots. It's assault D3 per gun.
10 shots.
That's always my argument. I'm accused of cheating whenever I'm half asleep, misinterpreting the rules. Or
It's because Azza does it occasionally, whereas yours is more of a consistency.
that's because we play more.
That's probably true. Right, so we are hitting on 4s then, because we're balanced. We're going to use weapons of the Dark Age, and that basically adds another 1 damage
Nice.
to the shots.
That's good use of some command pointage there.
That's
two-
very good use. Very good use.
It's
Well
2 command points, so it's quite hefty. We've still got a wound though, haven't we?
Yep.
Okay, so strength is 6.
done. Toughness is 5.
Oh, sorry, wait. Strength is 7, so still the same. Okay.
Toughness 5.
That is
I'll take that.
awful. 2
I'll
going
take that.
through.
2 go through.
How many armor piercing?
-3.
Oh, shrugging on 6s. Both go through. How much?
2 damage each.
And then do you get an extra damage?
Oh, that's including.
Oh. Well, that went from very scary to. That's
To
4
4 damage.
damage. How many wounds has he got?
He's got 2 left.
Okay, chip it away, chip it away.
He's only got 6 wounds.
So that's the end of your shooting phase.
That's end the shooting.
Are you going to go for some charging?
We definitely are.
Go on then. Who's charging what?
Well, first off, Gauntlet boys are going to run straight into Big Boy.
Good shout.
Makes sense.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm going to try charging these guys at him.
Good. What about these ones? Are these going to try charging them?
No, they've
already?
advanced.
Oh, right, yeah.
Unfortunately, because they're eyes on the prize. Get the boys out of the bunker.
Yeah. I like how you're basically just running around the edge here just to get to them.
Yeah, well, I was attracted by this brain. I was like, can this thing think or something?
It's infecting the building.
Yeah. And the building's starting to think for itself.
It's a bit like if anybody played StarCraft, the buildings are infected Tyran buildings.
So basically it's becoming self-aware.
But it's gestating inside of it, and it's going to start bursting out troops left, right, and centre. Awesome.
I want to get a move on then, Azza.
So these guys charge him first, 4 inches to get in. They're in. Do we fight now or do we charge them?
Do the charges and everything.
Okay, so that was 7.
Just. Okay. Some
Charges
successful
made.
charging.
Okay, so on to the fighting phase. We'll do these guys first, remembering that they have rerolls on hits and wounds.
Okay, so resolving this fight first.
Yep. The Flamestorm aggressors are going to punch the Tyrannofex,
Tyrannofex?
not the Carnifex.
Nope, the Tyrannofex.
Tyrannofex in the face with their gauntlets. They are hitting on 4s, but
Six.
trephination.
Subtracting 1 to the attack roll, sorry. Because he's got
The
serpentine coils, apparently.
is that the hit roll?
Melee attack is made against this. Subtract 1 from the attack's hit roll.
On the hit roll. Okay, so it's hitting on 5s. Oh, that's nasty. But we get to re-roll all of them. So re-rolling all of these fails because of righteous repugnance, not trephination. And the strength of these fists are ×2, so that's strength 8, toughness 8.
7.
Okay, so wounded on 3s.
Nice.
And I get to re-roll wounds. 4 going through,
Any arm person?
-3 AP.
Right, shrugging them off on 6s. How many? 4.
4.
Shrugging off on 6s. Shrug them all.
2 damage each. That's 8, you cheeky monkey.
What?
4 went through, 2 damage each, that's 8. You've just taken 6 off.
I thought there were 2 each.
They want 2 each.
No, you need to take another one off. There you go.
There we go.
Right, this time we'll say that's not Joe cheating, that's just maths.
Are you filming from there?
I thought I'd change camera angles.
Alright, well I'm going to go over here.
I just didn't want it to be boring for the audience.
That's true.
Ooh.
Enjoy my cat's bum. Right, so oops. The Tyrannofex is attacking in. and is attacking on a 3+. There's some offhand rolling. The dice stuck to my fingers. Strength is 7, toughness 5. So wounding on 3. Wounding on 3s. That many go through, minus 3 AP, doing 2 damage each.
Bloody hell. Wounded on 6s then?
Wounding on 6s.
Oh, saving on 6s, should I say?
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
5 go through.
2 damage each.
Oh, that's nasty.
All right then, so there's one of your, what are these?
Aggressors.
One aggressor, a champion guy with 1 wound left versus the cat. It's been whittled down to 7 wounds. So you're slowly getting there, and that's going to be a good power point if you can get it. Although you're starting to look a bit more thin on the ground
A little bit.
with your units, so we'll see how that plays out. On to the next fight.
Right, so because he's got heightened senses, we've agreed that he can fight first in this turn. And so he has got 4 attacks. So we are slashing with a Last Whip bone sword and a bone sword on a 2+. Okay, and strength is 7, toughness is 5, so wounding on 3s. Any 6s do something. Actually, he's strength 8. Doesn't matter. No 6s, so the 3 go through.
Saving on 5s.
Or each time an attack made with this weapon, if this attack successfully wounds the target suffers 1 mortal wound to an addition with other to a maximum of 3. So there's 3 go through. It's minus 2. How many went through on your end? Just 2. 2. So you've got 1 mortal wound and another mortal wound for the 2. So 2 mortal wounds plus
2 dead guys. So 4 attacks going through, hitting on 4s because it's power fists. So the strength of that is 8.
toughness 4. 5, sorry. Still
3s. All 3 go through, minus 3 AP.
Shrugging on 6s, he's dead, I'm sure. Yep, he's dead.
He's dead, so you've done it.
So you score, what was it? How much was it for the...
So his power point.
He's my HQ. My
Oh, so you get 10 points for killing the warlord.
Okay.
So we'll add those 10 points on, and then whatever his power rating is, you'll also get that in points as well.
So Mr. Lickyface has got inhuman swiftness, so he gets to fight first within engagement range in the fight phase. So let's go 2s. Strength of that is 7, toughness is 4, so wounding on 3s. That's 3 that go through, minus
Cannot
3.
be wounded on 1, 2 or 3. It's been a circle.
Oh. So that one goes.
Okay, so 2 go through, minus 3 AP, doing 2 damage each.
4 plus invulnerable save.
One took one.
1 took 1.
2 damage.
You're hanging in there.
Down to 1.
Hanging in. Now for a bit of retaliation for the domination.
Kill him.
Right, as you get to retaliate.
So we are retaliating. We got 3 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Was there any shenanigans about hitting? I can't remember.
Minus 1 to your attack rolls, yes.
Hit rolls, yep. So on 3s. That's better. 3 going through.
Nice.
Strength is 6.
Oh, toughness is 5.
So wounded on 3s.
I am command reroll.
I am going to command reroll.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
2 going through. AP minus 3.
Can't save. Got 4 plus invul save. However, wait a second.
Okay, so what does that mean then, Azzy? You've got 2 wounds have gone through and he's got 2 wounds left. You've got
D3 damage.
Do you want to roll for it even though we know that he's dead?
Well, I'd like to.
Go on. It's what we call a dick move, but we'll do it.
Yeah, because if it was 1, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just stay alive. So
Okay,
that
so-
re-roll.
it's given him 3.
Excellent. So you get to add the power points to your point tally.
Excellent. How many power points was
And
your...
you can also consolidate your 3 inches closest to your enemy unit up the board if you want to.
I will.
So that's the end of battle round 1. It has been a bloody round and actually quite an enjoyable one. So far, Azza is quite in the lead, but as we've just said,
Taking some heavy losses.
it's taken heavy losses. So got 1 wound left here, so that's not going to be too hard for Joe to take out. You've got 1 dude in this squad with 1 wound there. You've got 1 dude of your squad left here. So it's basically not going to be too difficult for Joe to pull this back, and he's got reinforcements arriving. However, there is also the potential here of running down the board to perform your action. So all to play for as we go into turn 2. And we'll be back once Joe has.
Move the troops.
So we're back now that Joe has.
Move the troops. In fact, I did more than move the troops. I exploded from the depth of hell and popped out this little guy. And because of my Gorgont or whatever his name is, Jugadungadunga, I get to bring a squad for 1 command point. I said it at the beginning, I can't remember what it's called. So these guys have popped out, and they're really angry and hungry. Then we've got the Parasite of Mortex who has swooped down over here. In hindsight, should have probably brought him a bit closer, but never mind. This guy's, the little pussycat, is still tied up with the marshmallow maker over there.
And this one really caused you a bit of a headache, these ones here, didn't they? Because of being distanced for deploying.
A little bit. I mean, ideally, I'd like to burst him out here and kill all these and be done. Right. So, where to start? I can't move anybody because they've all moved. So we go on to shooting. So here can shoot in close combat, am I right?
Yep.
So he's a monster.
There's a vehicle and unload all of his weapons into him, and you've only got 1 wound, Azza.
Right. 30 shots coming in hard.
Now would be a good time to pull out a duck and hide strategy.
He's just going to hide behind these explosive barrels.
Hey, that's
not a toy.
Intent, isn't it?
What, explosive barrels again?
No, the ability to tell your squad to duck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking here.
Nice.
2, 4, 6, 8.
I think that just basically treats you like you're in cover, so +1 to save. Was it like go to ground or something?
I think, yeah, go to ground.
Anyway, we're not talking about 10th yet. This is our
Everyone else is.
This is our farewell 9th game.
Oh, is it? Bye
Is
bye
it?
9th. Right, are we talking about 10th now?
Yeah, well, I'm going to first of all fire the Stinger Savaloys because there's 8 shots, and then I'm going to fire it into him, and then make a decision afterwards. Right, so we're firing on a 3+. Was that offhand rolling?
No.
No idea.
Good.
But Karen will let you know anyway.
Let us know. Was that offhand rolling if you've made it this far into the video? Strength is 5, toughness is 5, so wounding on 4s.
Yep. That's a lot of 4s.
That's a lot of 4s. That is a lot of 4s minus 1 AP, doing 1 damage each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
So 4s to save. 3 going through.
He dated.
So we have 1 wound left. Bye-bye, Flamiel.
Now you've cleared the way for a little more shooty.
Well, yeah, I'm firing straight into the intercessors once I've counted 30 dice.
Hellblasters.
Hellblasters, sorry, I don't know why. It's because they look like intercessors.
They are intercessors with different guns. Just like the pyroblasters or whatever they're called.
They're all intercessors to me. Do you reckon eventually, like 11th or 12th, you'll be able to merge them together and build your own squad?
Okay, if we're not talking about 10th, we're definitely not talking about 11th or 12th.
Actually, can't you do that with the, the ones with the shoulder pads with the writing on?
Veterans.
No, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The grey and black, and then you can have different customs.
Deathwatch.
Deathwatch, yeah. Can't you have?
No idea. Presumably.
I'm sure you could do some crazy shit with it. Oh, it's more dice in this rocket.
I'm still filming.
It's fine.
Okay. But you can watch me get my dice ready for the saves. So that's 6,
10.
9, 12.
Welcome back to Learn How to Count with Dr. Azza. It's a lesson that Joe really needs. Right, I'm ready to do some firing. 3 pluses into your Hellblasters.
Where are you rolling? Do you want to roll over here?
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I'm gonna roll here. Here we go. 3 pluses. There, wound count.
Yeah.
Gotta pick them all up now. Wow. Some counting there, Azza. 16 coming in. Strength 5, toughness is 4, so wounding on 3s. Minus 1 AP at 11 going through.
11 to save. Saving on 4s. Oh. 8 damage. Woo. 1 damage each, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh. That makes me happy.
But you're not just a little bit annoyed that one wound is still there.
A little bit annoyed, but you know.
But still, took out an entire squad. That's pretty good going.
Almost took out an entire squad, absolutely.
You've got a bit of a trend forming here. Like, you've got one wound left, one wound left, one model left, full squad left. So what's happened here?
Well, at the end of my shooting phase, as it says in his gestational pack, he burst out D3.
His?
Here, hers, it's D3 plus 1. So I rolled a 2, got through.
Nice.
So at 1 minute, I realised he can fire some biostatic pulse. So he's going to fire at these guys here. Right. 3 pluses. Whoop.
See, that's how you should be rolling.
Yeah, I noticed
It's the noise.
that. Oh, we'll try it.
Strength is 5, toughness is 5, so wounding on 4s. No, don't make the noise.
You've rolled an Asa.
I rolled even worse. 1 goes through,
Joe, you're not meant to be rolling like that.
minus zilch AP.
3s to save.
I think you saved it.
Let's save.
And he didn't make the noise.
Well, I'm glad that I remembered to do that.
It was definitely worth it.
Moving on to charging. Declare that if they should be able to, then 9 inches
9 inches.
away.
Well, they better be 9 inches
They
away.
better be. It might be a little bit further actually.
They're 9 inches.
Declare charging.
So who? Yep.
He's going to charge into him.
Oh, I can't even fire Overwatch.
Nope. So, do you want me to roll for this? I mean, I could
go on.
fail it. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah, but it would have been funny if you didn't.
He's licking him. Now this
so
is
laugh now if you by some fluke killed it.
What, have you killed mine?
Yeah.
No, you're not. Oh, that's these guys. These guys are Hormagaunts, aren't they?
They're the ones that can do that extra big bungling and running and.
Oh yeah, they're advancing. No, I'm not advancing. Right, so charging. So big guy.
Oh,
I don't think I quite made that.
so that's 8 and you needed 9.
Nope. And little raptor dudes.
They're in.
They're in. Well,
Don't need to measure with them.
fellow Tyranid players, if you've made it this far, is there a stratagem that I could use to make them stronger? There's one for the flesh weapons, isn't there? But these are claws, not.
Impaling hooks.
No, they've not got. They've. No. Oh, they've got toxic saxes, so they automatically wound on 6s. Here we go. So, but weapon skill 4+, 6s auto hit. Yay. 6 that have auto wounded. And then these guys, strength is 3, toughness is 5. So wounding on what? 5.
So that 6's auto wound is actually quite helpful.
It is, yeah. So there's that many that go through. Minus 1 AP.
8.
8. Saving on 4s. Whoop. Didn't work. 5 go through.
1 damage each. And 1 with 1 wound left.
So actually, to say that they were only strength of 3.
Yeah, yeah. It's
They've
it's the
done quite
6s.
well there.
Well, they've got toxic sacs, so I had to pay for that as an upgrade.
Oh, we've not put it on the model.
No, I didn't like the toxic. They look like little testicles. Same with the adrenal glands. I don't like the looks of them, so I'd not put them on any of them.
And they're harder to paint.
Yeah, I mean they're in there. They're underneath the what the is it carapace? What they're called? What are the shells called on these?
Yeah, the carrot.
Carapace. Yeah, they're under there. You just can't see them.
Well then, retaliation for the domination.
You're gonna pistol whip me.
Yeah, basically. What do they do? Nothing. So punching on 3s. Strength 4, toughness 3.
Yep, toughness 3.
And winding on 3s. No AP.
Oh, I can shrug these on a 5.
Nope.
2 down. Excellent.
Okay.
Good.
Moving on.
Pussycat is going to use his massive claws, and do some attacking. 1, 2, 3. What is it? 4 attacks go through on a 3+. Ooh. 2. Strength is 7, toughness is 5, so winning on 3s. 1 goes through. 1 AP, -1 AP. All for this baby.
Forced to save.
Saved it, lucky.
Well, very drastically different to the previous round.
It really was, wasn't it?
It's just a good example of how the dice can give you a different result.
Not him.
Okay.
Nice.
Forced to hit.
Oh, as you had one job.
And I did it consistently. Strength 8, toughness 8.
8, yes.
4s. Goes through.
Yeah.
AP -3.
Shrugging on a 6. 3.
2 damage. Almost clawed it back to where he was.
Very nice. That's it.
That's the end of your turn.
I can't do any charges. Can't do anything else. Can I charge these?
No, you've already done all your charging invited.
Aw,
You can charge those actually. I'll allow it.
I don't want to.
You sure?
Yes.
Because they get to retaliate back then.
That's fine. No,
That's why I
don't
would
wanna
allow
charge
it.
No, I don't want to charge them.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess that's the end of Tyranid turn 2. Start of Dark Angels turn 2. And we'll be back after we have...
Move the troops.
Okay, so we are back.
Yep, we've moved the troops. The Inceptors have fallen back towards the friends over here. The aggressor's fallen back over here, which means neither of them can form an action this turn, so we can't rescue the guys. The Hellblaster has advanced up an extra 5 inches to this particular point, and the Librarian has just moved normally. So, next step is Ezekiel is going to do his double psychic shenanigans. So first off, no point in buffing anyone because there's not really anyone left. So he's just going to, first off, smite. Does
Shadow of the Warp. He's Parasite Mortex has got Shadow of the Warp. So -1 to your... So you're back to normal.
yes, because
Yeah.
I've got +1 and he's got -1. So hitting on 5. Excellent.
I wish that was Perils.
I wish that was Smite, because then it'd be D6.
I wish that was Trephination, to be honest.
What are you doing? What
Uh,
psychic ability?
Oh, I said smite.
Did you say Smite?
Are you doing Smite?
Well, I
Goodness, dude.
given that role, I would have preferred Trephination, but I did say smite. So
Okay, so that's D6 wounds.
no, that's only 11 or more. That's
What?
10. If the result of the psychic test was 11 or more.
Oh,
Oh wait,
it's different to ours.
yes. So if the result of the psychic test was 11 or more, that unit suffers D6 mortal wounds.
No, that's not that far. It's always been 11.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
No, it's 11. Because then 12, you're in the category of 12 Perils, aren't you?
Was ours, I wonder if ours was worded 10 or, like, more than 10 rather than 11 or more than,
Oh, maybe.
instead of wording.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it's D3 mortal wounds. 2 wounds. And 6.
I'll take that.
Okay, and then we're going to do Trephination, which is effectively smite, but on if it's higher than the leadership, it does a flat 3. So leadership of that fella is
Just about to find out. Who is he, the Pussycat? Tran effects. So leadership is 7, so...
7. Okay, so warp charge 5 to go off, 7 to do flat 3.
Nice.
Nice, flat 3 damage.
Oh, down to 3 health. Oops.
Good. Okay, that is the end of psychic phase.
You'd had 3 wounds on the
Down
cat.
to 3. Yeah, he's purring away. Trying to regenerate.
Ooh. You might be able to do a little something on them.
He explodes as well.
Right, so Ezekiel is going to shoot with his pistol known as the Deliverer. It's only a pistol 1, hitting on 2s. Strength is 4, toughness 8, so wounded on 6s. Oh,
close.
Never mind. Okay, next. We're going to shoot with the Assault Plasma Incinerator.
Shoot the plasma incinerator all over his ass.
Are you going to overcharge it? I mean, I personally would.
Ooh.
Also, so what?
Before you make the decision though, if you supercharge it and it dies, Joe doesn't get the points. You don't get the points. The power rating.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But because Joe didn't kill it.
Okay, let's do it.
Don't forget, +1 to your ballistic stuff because you advance.
I like changing. I like declaring rules
Minus
halfway
ones.
through on the
That's
fly.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can +1 if you want.
So
Yeah.
hitting on 4s.
Anyone's... Oh.
All 3 go through. Okay, that is strength 6, toughness 8.
Is that so? What does the supercharge do?
Makes it strong.
Oh, sorry, it's strength 7 because it's supercharged, you're right. But it makes no odds. So, wounded on 5s.
Oh.
Let's command one of them at least.
What a sigh of relief.
So it's exactly the same result.
What a sigh of relief.
Damn it. He's got a mastercrafted. That would have done 3 damage.
Okay, onto
I'm
your blasty things and your shooty things.
Can't they fell back?
Oh yeah, they fell back, and you're not an ultramarine. You're not used to running away.
Hooray!
Okay, so is that the end of your shooty?
It is the end of my shooty.
Did you want to try and chargy with Mr. Ezekiel? He has 1 move left.
Does.
Think about points.
Standing up for this. This is intense.
Because chances are it's going to die. Have you got an invul save on that?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he's advanced, so I can't charge with them. They fell back, can't charge with them.
Do it.
So this is Mr. Ezekiel for the win. Does he want to go in and try and take it out?
Does he want to go in hot? Hot.
Or is he going hot?
You know what? It'd be boring if I didn't.
Yep.
Nice.
13 inches down.
So,
Do you want Overwatch?
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Overwatch.
You are? Oh,
Yeah.
God, I was only joking. You're going to kill him before he even gets there.
No, I'm not going to go Overwatch. No. I want to keep my command point.
alright, 7 to get in.
Ooh,
Oh,
yes.
Oh.
He's in.
He's not Tintin.
Wait, he's just in.
Okay, so we have
What's his book say?
3 attacks.
It says, watch out for the intercessor. The Hellblast at the back is going to poke you in the bum.
Look, he's trying to get to you, Starfish. Sorry.
Sorry, come on.
That's quite alright.
I'm trying to play a serious game here.
No, I wasn't waiting for you, I'm reading.
Oh, he's reading.
Okay, so we're hitting on 2s.
Meow.
All bar 1. Strength is 6, so wounded on 5s.
Yeah,
Oh, he wants it. So 3 go through, AP minus 3.
Oh, I can. How many? 3?
Yeah.
No. 2, 3, 4, 5. Counted it, look. Here we go. Any 5s? Oh, all 3 go through. You've done it.
It's D3 damage on each one.
Go on then, do it. I know you want to.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So
He
that's
really did.
7.
He's got a. What is it? Death throes.
Death throes.
He's got special on a 6. He does. Oh, so close.
It's
Oh,
a
it's a 6. He scratches. He's dead.
That's when you
Well, get off him. Well done.
and now you can consolidate 3 inches closest to the enemy unit, which is this way.
That's the closest one,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
it?
towards them, yeah.
I'll do it.
Voice.
Just going to see how many points you've won for that bad boy. I think it's 10.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to say where I was.
Okay.
10.
So 10
As
power
much as my
points for that.
intercessor squad.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is actually that's really turned the tables quite a bit.
It has. What turn are we on now? 3?
Turn 2.
2. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay, so is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of turn 2. Well done, Ezekiel. You did well against Winters.
Well, that was really good, that was.
Well done.
Yeah. Okay, so end of Dark Angel's turn 2. So points wise, so you've just earned yourself an extra 10 points for the power points. And we'll be moving on to Tyranid turn 3, and we'll be back
after we've moved the troops. So we're back and everything has moved in. So the Parasite of Mortex moved 16 inches. That was a shock to here. The Rippers have moved just to here. They're going to bite him on the bum. The who are these? The Hormagaunts have moved across. The Trigon, yep, has moved up, and we're going to go straight onto the shooting phase. So the Trigon is going to use his bioelectric pulse thingy-bobby, and he's going to fire into this little fella here. So we are going off and roll here on a 3+. And it's a strength 5, toughness 5, so wounding on 4s. 2 go through, minus nil AP.
Easy save. Shrug 1, took 1.
1 damage?
Didn't have any damage.
No, it's
So
very
down-
lucky.
Down to 2.
End of my shooting, so I'm going to declare charges. So before doing that, I'm going to spend a command point on trampling charge for this fella, which basically does some mortal wounds when he charges in. So we'll do his charge first. Whoop. So 6, 7, 8, 9. And then on here, if that monster does not hold the Horned Chitin keyword, which he doesn't, on a 2 to 4, that enemy suffers D3 mortal wounds. Also, he's obviously, I want to charge him, but he's outside, so I'm charging him. Yeah, we'll do that. So on a 2 to 4 plus, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. On a 5+, that unit suffers 3 mortal wounds. So here we go. 2 to 4. That's a 1. You've it didn't do anything.
Have you got a command point?
Nope, because I just spent the last one on the stratagem. Never mind. He's in. These guys are going to charge in. Do you really want me to roll?
No.
No, didn't think so. He is going to charge him. I'm not going to roll because we're an inch.
Can't fail it.
They're going to charge him
Can't
again.
fail it.
So.
Right, what's happening?
So Mr. Trigon here.
Yep.
Is going to take some little stabby stabs with his toxic spikes.
Yep.
And he's doing that on a 3+. Ooh. Strength of that is 7, toughness is 5, so wounding on 3s. Minus 3 AP, doing 2 damage each.
Oh. Well, in that case, 6s it is.
No.
They all day.
Oh, how many points is that?
I'll have to check my phone.
We're on turn 2. Yes, no, 3.
You're on turn 3 now.
3. I scored nothing in turn 2. That sucks.
You're about to score a few more.
I am.
What's happening now then, Joe?
So the Mortex, Parasite of Mortex is going to attack into him.
Okay.
It has some parasite infection ability, but who cares? I can't be bothered to read it because he's going to die. On a 2+. Is strength is 6, toughness is 4, so wounding on 3.
Toughness is 5.
That's it.
Yep.
Wounding on 3s. So 3 go through, minus 1 AP each.
4s to save. 1 goes through.
Oh, only 1 damage.
Down to
Oh.
1.
It's hanging in there.
Oh, but don't forget.
But you've tagged in now, haven't you? Because these guys...
Tagged in a few of the little spiky dudes.
Maybe I should have looked at the infection, but I don't know if anybody's seen the infection thing. It's massive. It's
a lot of rules.
such a rule. I know, it's ridiculous. I can't bother to read them all.
We'll read it when 10.
Yeah, just kill him with the Hormagaunts.
So, are we filming here? 6 here. I don't know what that was from. Right. So we are slashing.
Wounds.
Slashing on a 4+.
Okay.
Strength is 3, toughness is 5, so wounding on 5s.
And we reviewed the footage, which had 6 auto wounds.
Oh yes, yeah.
3 auto wounds for the 6s.
Oh, 3
Yeah, yeah.
auto 6s.
So 5 go through. In just a minute, I'll be able to find out how many AP that is. -1 AP.
4s. 3 go through.
1 damage
through,
each.
sorry.
He's dead.
He is dead.
And how many points is that bad boy?
I guess 6, but let me check.
Gonna bite some ankles off.
Okay, so we're fighting over here now.
Yes, hang on 1 second.
We need to get two attacks to actually land.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to split my shots up. So they've got 4 attacks each. I'm going to do 4 at a time. So the first one is going to bite his ankles off on a 5+.
They missed.
They missed. Second lot,
Teeth are too gummy.
I'm going to bite his ankles off. Ah ha! That one goes through. The strength is 3, toughness is 4, so winning on 5s. Right, the next lot are going to bite his ankles off. Oh.
2 nibs.
Wounding on a 5. Nothing.
Retaliation for the domination.
Okay. Ezekiel, he has been charged, so that's... No, I know he heroically intervened.
He did.
Of course he did. So that's only 3 attacks. I'll tell you what. We'll get the Intercessor Sergeant, sorry, the Hellblaster Sergeant punching first.
No, you're right.
I am bloody hell.
You're not got a power fist.
How many wounds does how much damage does each of Ezekiel's hits make?
D3.
So in theory, you could. I'd start with Ezekiel. It doesn't really matter which way around you do it, does it?
Has your sergeant not got a power fist?
No, he's a Hellblaster.
Oh, of course.
He's got a plasma pistol, but it's not the shooting thing. So after consultation with the War Master,
That's me.
we're going to do Ezekiel first.
Oh, master.
So he has 3 attack space and he wounds on 2s. You know what? That's a command point.
That's not even worse.
It was exactly the same.
Money in my pocket.
Okay, so we are strength 6, toughness 3, so wounded on 2s. Good. AP -3.
He's dead. He's got a 6+.
Okay,
That's
so
how many wounds, sorry.
D3.
Oh, this one's good.
So that's 4.
So you managed to successfully take one out.
Apologies for the fact that they've got no base and I forgot I had these models.
Okay.
Okay, that's Ezekiel done. Technically taken out of engagement range right now.
Right, I'm seeing it.
And then Hellblaster Sergeant, who has 3 attacks, but he's just got his fists. So he's punching on 3s. Yeah. He's strength 4, toughness 3, so he's wounded on 3s. Okay, no AP.
Shrugging off on a 6, yep. Nope.
And that's 12 damage.
I mean, that's not. It's mortal.
12 mortal wounds.
12 mortal wounds. Nicely done.
So that is the end of Tyranid turn 3. So everything's really pushed up and it's all to play for now. Because all we've got are these 2 last guys with 1 wound each left. It's Az's turn. They're in combat, which means they can't fall back to try and perform an action.
What does it mean that that one's gone? Or did you want to move it on?
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, it's otherwise not an engagement.
There we go.
It's still not an engagement range.
There
Oh,
you
yeah,
go.
I'm here to no. Okay, so the question is, so we're on turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to just continue the fight now? Yeah.
You've got until the end of this turn.
Can you
turn
Basically-
psychic in close combat?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to keep fighting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, or not, or fall back. But the problem is, you fall back, you get tagged in by this army.
There's a slight horde approaching.
Let's see what we can do psychic wise.
Okay. 11.
Don't forget to subtract 1 for the shadow in the warp.
Smiting.
Okay, so what?
And add 1 for his HUD ability.
Yeah, so back down to normal.
So it's five again. Okay, so Ezekiel is going to smite, and he's smiting on a 5. Oh, he's done it. So that's D3 mortal wounds. 1 wound.
Okay. Not great, but not terrible.
Okay, and then I'm going to do Trephination, which is again smite but comparing against leadership. So it goes up in a 5. Leadership of those is. I'll roll it anyway.
4.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a flat 3.
And 1 carries over. Immortal wounds, isn't it?
There you go.
That's definitely out of engagement range now.
I'd say so for Ezekiel. So he's
Yeah,
not
definitely.
consolidating because he's not fought. So
No, yeah.
Okay, so that's psychic, but we've done the movement. So
on to fighting.
shoot.
Well, I suppose you could charge now if you wanted to charge. Probably
What,
not.
and then consolidate behind the wall.
If you kill it, yeah.
No, pile in behind the wall.
So you could overcharge if you can and come in from behind.
What, on that side of the wall?
I think going on the other side of the wall would be a bit of
So you
a...
can't charge through ruins, I don't think, in buildings, I'm sure.
Okay, so shooty, plasma pistol.
Yeah, Hellblaster Sergeant has a plasma pistol, which is pistol 1. So hitting on 3s. And that is strength 8, so presumably, yeah. Oh my lord. Well,
And you've already done a...
what did I do in my command point? That was previous turn, so I got it back.
Okay.
I'm just going to spend it again.
Good.
Should have supercharged it, but that's AP minus 3.
Oh, is a pistol classed as a ranged weapon?
Hmm.
Yay, that means I get to have an additional 1 AP to my 3, so it goes down to from a 6 to a 5. Still can't save it.
Minus 3 AP.
Still can't save it.
Okay.
How many wounds?
Just 1 because I didn't supercharge it.
Oh, dude, you should always supercharge. Last.
Right, so we've got a grenade coming in and we're going into these scratchy dudes.
Just swing it off his sword.
D6. 4.
Nice, nice.
Nice. Ballistical 2 plus.
Nice.
All 4. Strength is 3.
Toughness is 3.
So 4s. 1 going through.
Any armor piercing on that?
Nope.
Saving on a 5. And it goes through.
So one's gone.
1's gone. And that
Good.
is the end of shooting.
Worth it.
So we've got to resolve some fighting if you're not charging.
Could I charge with him now that he's out?
You can charge him into them if you want to, yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, and then you'll get your shock assault as well.
7.
Okay, so we're going to resolve this fighting.
Yep, Ezekiel has charged in. He's got shock assault again, so he's hitting on 2. 3 go through. Strength 6, AP, sorry, toughness 3.
2s.
Lord. 2 go through,
How many
minus 3 AP.
How many attacks?
2.
How many wounds, sorry?
D3.
2 went through and there's got 2
He's
wounds
dead.
left.
He did.
Nice. So now do you want to consolidate 3 inches closest to the enemy unit?
Not that way, but
No, but you can end up, as long as you're a bit closer to it, you can end up closer to these.
Oh, there's no enemy unit here.
No, but if you're still
So you have
closer,
to you consolidate closer to the enemy unit, not
you just have to end closer. You don't have to be directly closer. You don't have to be 3 inches closest.
there is closer as the crow flies.
Okay, so that is the end of
Dark Angels turn 3.
Yep.
And how many power level was that?
Right then, so that's the end. We've just done points, so that's 3 turns completed. And it's
Turn 4.
turn 4. It's all to play for.
I can't believe you let them live this long.
Right, I'm going to, first of all, move him over here and spend 1 command point because it's still my movement phase. And I've just got it back. So, Parasite of Mortex, so it's enfolding strike. So, Parasite of Mortex model finishes its normal move or advances. Select 1 enemy unit that the Parasite of Mortex model crossed in that phase. Roll 1d6. On a 2 to 5, it suffers 3d3 mortal wounds. So, 2 to 5. On a 6, it becomes infected and suffers 3 mortal wounds. He's dead.
Okay, so
Well played, Ezekiel. You did well again.
So 25 points for him because he's your warlord, is that right? Or was it 10 points? Sorry, 10 points.
I think he's 7.
10 points for Warlord.
And then
7 power.
7 power points.
You've got 1 model left, Azza.
Mm.
Let's see if you can survive
Survive till when?
the shooting phase.
I'm still going yet.
Still moving.
Oh, still moving.
2, 3, 4.
So Joe's
5,
moved.
6,
He's moved
7,
these
8.
Hormagorty guys up here, and now he's going to do some shooting. And he's shooting these things into the 1 remaining Hellblaster with 1 wound left.
I think you should be pointing at this guy.
No, this is Sergeant Zapiel, and he's pointing because he can see Azrael through the window going, "Why aren't you helping?"
Just remember that they're not toys.
Right,
No,
so
they're not toys.
he's full health, so his bioelectronic pulses are firing on a 3+. It will be wounding on a 3 toughness 5 strength 5 toughness 4, so 3s and above. So that many go through, no AP.
3s to save. The odds are not in Zapiel's favour. Here we go. Dragging it out. This is to.
Joe really hates that noise as well.
This is for being tabled.
Hang on, wait a second.
Get it right up to the camera.
So it's more so for whoever's editing this.
And then a bit of offhand rolling. Saved one. He's done.
Okay,
So
so
that
means the last hope.
What's the last time?
What was the last
The
one?
last hope is gone.
Oh, well, okay.
They're screwed. No one's coming to save them. An entire army, battle roster, battalion came in to try and save them. The Tyranids stopped it. And now, the hungry Tyranid turns his attention. Oh, tasty. And this is the way the game finishes. So scores at the doors, guys. Joe.
Hi.
You may have won.
A little bit.
Azza, you got 33 points.
33.
33. And Joe, you got 93 points.
Yeah, purely for the fact that I chose to not be a dick and not kill them.
Yeah. So if you had killed them and Azza had failed to do what you've done to him, table, then obviously you'd only got 25 points. So what did we think to this game? Because this was one of our war spanners where we've come up with our own narrative
It was alright, it was good.
games. Last game of 9th for us.
Yeah, last game of night.
No, I like the very clear objective. We know what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
My failing is I don't understand how actions work, and just that whole bit of getting near there and being in, and then getting tagged into close combat, and then I can't fall back and then do an action. That meant it was really difficult at that point.
Yeah.
But no, very strategic. I think if I was going to do it again, I'd bring some different models.
Faster.
Yeah, and I'd also be tempted to put I wouldn't have put Azrael in there. I would put something lower value to tempt Joe to kill them. Because one of the things Joe not attacking them meant that I couldn't use them.
Yeah. And also it means that then Joe's focusing his firepower on you rather than firepower into there.
And this is the first time I've played against Tyranids with Space Marines, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it's always been Orcs. So, yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. I think time again, I would not attack the Tyrannifex in close combat quite so readily. Although one time he absolutely decimated my aggressors, and the next time he didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Look at the dice.
Yeah, look at the dice.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
Good. A nice way to end 9th edition.
Yes.
I think so. Ready, fresh-faced to drop all of these rules and
Start
hopefully
again.
so much reading.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Good.
Some of the sample data sheets look pretty interesting.
I mean, it'll be interesting to play exactly the same game again, but with 10th edition rules, because that'd change it up, I think.
Well, yeah, well, we can keep on. We've made a sheet didn't we, with all the rules on this for this one, so we can add it to our stock.
List of Warspan games. We need to take note of how we set up battlefields as well and name them.
Yeah, and Chris, was it you that made the point that we could have just not put the models on the table, and then we could have had some kind of random thing where they were hidden in one of the 3 buildings rather than.
Yeah, and then like Joe being Tyranids knew which one it was in, but Azza wouldn't have known, so it could have then meant he could be going after one ruin and actually they're in another ruin.
Yeah.
Add that sort of searching element to it, but we weren't sure.
But given that I was quite comfortably tabled, just knowing which building they were in suggests that we'd have to find some way of balancing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if 10th will just balance it a bit for us anyway, with Tyranids and.
I was a bit concerned with the whole thought or the whole prospect of you getting them and using them, because then you'll be more PowerPoints than me, and I probably would have struggled. But then again,
Not too sure, because they're only intercessors.
yeah. I'm worried about him. I've not seen his data sheet.
Neither have I.
So this is the first time you've used it. You painted it up. It looks lovely.
Yeah, we like his paint job.
Not quite finished, but yeah, I was up till 2:30, and to be fair, the first time I've ever played a brand new model and he's not died.
I was going to say, maybe we've broken the new model syndrome.
Not by having him safely enclosed.
No more will your models die after you paint them straight away.
If you put them in stasis.
Although narratively, they've all just been devoured.
Yeah, they've just got devoured.
absolutely, yeah. So which model was your hero of the battle, do you think?
I think it was Ezekiel again.
I'd say
he's
Ezekiel.
good.
Yeah.
I underestimated him when I first made that librarian kit bash.
It's also a nice paint job as well.
Let us know in the comments what the book says.
I was going to try and do a tiny little printout of the 9th edition rulebook.
Won't bother with that anymore.
Stick over a 10th.
And just shout RTFM at everyone.
Read the manual, it's only a 4-inch move. Good. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, wait patiently, and we will be bringing some 10th edition stuff out, but Games Workshop haven't seen fit to give us anything yet. So
Not yet, no.
if anyone knows anyone
Or anyone that has a spare lion model going around.
yeah, some sort of subject for us. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, and move the troops.